Okay, I'm back. Got something a little different today. We're going to be working on this pellet stove. It's got an igniter problem, and we're going to be replacing the igniter. And this stove is a US stove company. It's a model AP5710, and we got it from Tractor Supply. And it's not igniting, so we're going to replace an igniter in it, and I'm going to go through the steps on how to replace that, and let's get right into it. Okay, so this is the stove right here. First things first, we're going to go ahead and get our vacuum cleaner and vacuum out the inside good. And just a heads up, you definitely want to do this after your stove's been off for like 24 hours, so it's nice and cool and you're not sucking up hot ashes. Okay, so we got it all vacuumed out. We're going to go ahead and remove the burn pot. And yeah, if you can see that back bottom hole, that's right down there. That's where the igniter comes out. You can see it right down in there. This tube that comes out. Okay, I got a light, but that's the igniter coming out of that steel tube in the end. So, next step, we're going to go ahead and get the side panel removed of the stove, and it's pretty simple. There are 3 screws that go through the back, one right there, one right there, and one right there. So once you take those out in the back of the stove, the front part is notched, so you just lift up and pull forward and it comes right off. Okay, so we're gonna go right back in here, and you can see those wires running right there. We're gonna go ahead and get those unplugged. This connection right there. So we're gonna go ahead and cut that zip tie and get them unplugged, and I'll be back. Okay, so we went ahead and got the igniter wires unplugged. If you can see back down in there, that's where the igniter actually goes through. And there is an Allen wrench, or an Allen set screw on the side of it. And we're gonna go ahead and loosen that up, and I'll be back. Okay, so it is a 1/8 inch Allen wrench, and you're gonna kinda get to it from this side. And you do not have to take it all the way out. You just want to crack it loose. And there we go. We got the igniter loose. Okay, so as we can see in this great design right here, we got the igniter loose, and it won't come out all the way because it hits, I think it's the blower in there, but it hits the side of it. So, and we can't pull it out of the front because the plugs are too big. So we cut them off. Okay, so I've got a different approach on this thing, and let me show you what I'm going to do. Okay, so I got the old igniter ends here. What we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and cut them off, and we're going to go ahead and pull this igniter through the front, just like just like so. Got a light so you guys can see. It's a snug fit, but comes right through there. Okay, it's the old one. And then we got the two ends we had to cut out just to get it off. And now we're gonna go ahead. I got some new ends, and we're gonna do the same to the new one. We're gonna cut off the plug ends and then feed it in. Okay, so now we're just feeding the new igniter in. There we go. We're gonna go ahead and go in the back and crimp on the new fittings, and I'll be back. Okay, so we got the new igniter all installed in there. Kind of inset it just as much as the old one was. I'm sure there's precise measurements for that, but that'll be fine. And I got the wires all zip tied back up, and we tied in the Allen, and we're ready to test it. Okay, so got it all cleaned up. Got to make sure you put the burn pot in the right way. There's a hole that actually lines up with the igniter down there. Got the window all nice and clean so you can see. And we're gonna go ahead and plug this thing back in. And we're gonna leave the side panel off right now. And we're gonna go ahead and turn it on. Now you can hear the pellets dispensing in there. Okay, and we can actually see the igniter is starting to glow. I'm not sure you can see it on the camera, but ooh, just barely. A little orange glow. Yeah. So it is now working. And yeah, I'll be back when there's a fire raging. Okay, so we got the new igniter installed and it lit right up, and now I got a nice working pellet stove again.